What's up, everybody? Well, Micah and Far, shall I say? Um, I'm guessing nobody's out Black Friday shopping, or has anybody done any Black Friday shopping online? Far, how are you? It's 6:38 a.m. here. 6:38. I'm trying to figure out where are you at? Like without being specific, of course. But I always thought you were like in the U.S. So my bad. Thank you, Micah, for showing me so much love. I appreciate you, even though you're standing right here next to me. Okay, so I found a podcast channel that has a lot of content on Chelsea Grimm, and a lot of it I had missed out on because of vacation and everything else. So I'm going to go through as many as I can today, but he has a lot of content, and a lot of it is pretty long. So I won't be going through every single one today, but I will get to as many as I can. Okay, you're in Australia. My bad. But yeah, so I'm going to be covering some of those things because a lot of them I hadn't heard, or hadn't been caught up on. Now, I don't know if you've read the description or not yet, but there are some interviews where SF investigates, answers questions, and like there's a few of us in here who have mixed feelings about SF. I do know that he only worked on the Chelsea Grimm case for a small amount of time. He worked with a private investigator that the family had hired. So you can take what he says kind of with a grain of salt. It's up to you to form your own opinions. And like I said, I'm just here to play them and just discuss kind of maybe what he's saying. So as far as debunking what he says or proving it, confirming it, all that stuff, I'm just gonna listen to what he says and see how all of this plays out. But I know that we all have different feelings about SF investigates, and that's okay. But we're just gonna listen to a couple of things that he says. Hey MJ, Maxie, how are you today? How was everyone's Thanksgiving? And did anyone do any online or in-person Black Friday shopping? The only thing I did was order me a weighted blanket. It was normally 60 something, and I think I got it for like 45, 42 on Bath and Body Works on Afterpay because I had wanted a weighted blanket, so I got me one. MJ, I love how you add the 11 to my name. Oh, wait, what 11? I'm so confused. Okay, so I'm behind. Good. No, I am not a shopper. I get that. I try not to be. The only thing I ordered me, like I said, was the weighted blanket. And I did find these awesome diffuser vapes that are made to help you quit vaping. So they're 0% nicotine. They are, you can get ones that have, I forgot what the name of it is, but it's basically to help break up everything that's like in your lungs from vaping and all that stuff. And there's another one that's like a B12 diffuser. So it has like a little bit of caffeine. And so it kind of helps like with the cravings and that kind of thing. So that's the only things that I ordered recently because today is, let me check my app. Today is 27 days smoke free. So That's pretty dang good. RQ says I don't shop. That's a 2 double 11. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's an exclamation mark. Are you talking about right here when she puts the exclamation mark? Yeah, I think it's meant to be an exclamation mark. Either way, that's cute. Okay. All right, let's see if I can get my crap together and present some of this stuff. I don't know what order it's in. Let's see. Ex-boyfriend. Um, ex-boyfriend. Okay, hold on. I have so many open that I'm trying to. Maybe it's this one. No. Huh. Okay, right here. Okay. MJ, sorry, I need better glasses. I thought you were saying Fark, you're two. Oh, I could see how you took that. Aw, I'm feeling pretty good. Much think over the hump. No party favor either. Yeah, I don't have a party favor right now. It's too early in the day for that, and I would not be able to concentrate on anything true crime. Hi, Mel, lovely. How are you today? I just got done watching most of your live. I see that you were awake for a very long time, Mel, so I can imagine how tired you are right now. And it is what time for you right now, Mel? I have you on my world clock. Let's see. Is it like almost 8 p.m. for you right now, Mel? Oh, okay. So, MJ, so you quit party favors also? Wow. See, I don't see anything wrong with party favors, especially if you're going to do it in like an edible form or like the tincture where you can put it under your tongue, things like that. The only reason I don't like flower is because you're still smoking it and all that stuff. But I mean, right now I have the vape pen and it works great, but it's horrible for my lungs. And I was like, geez, I'm just giving my lungs a break. And here I am hitting this freaking pen. But you know, what's up, Blind? Good morning / afternoon. How are you? Yes, I'm almost ready for bed, and yes, it's early, but girl, I don't blame you. If I had gone that long, and yeah, I would not be awake right now. And then I thought I heard someone say that he might go live tonight too, so I don't know. Do you work tomorrow, Mel? But I was a smoker and I don't do edibles, so there was that. Oh, I got you. And to each their own. If you want to quit both, then I commend you for that. I just personally don't see anything wrong with THC and Mary Jane, that stuff. I honestly wish that I could just be dependent on that because it's more natural than like freaking pharmaceuticals and that whole fight. But hopefully that happens someday. Yes, shattered is tired, pretty much, MJ Maxi. I've been up since 1 a.m. last night. No work tomorrow, working Tuesday. Okay, so then Monday Night Live would be pretty hard for you, huh, Mel? And then maybe he'll do a weekend live tomorrow and Sunday. We shall see. I'll do edibles or joint. Yeah, everybody has their preference. Okay. So this article was from 4 weeks ago. So like I said, a lot of you might have already seen some of it. This came out on October 25th. So this was like right before my vacation. So I really wasn't paying attention to many updates at that time. So I'm not going to play the whole thing, but this one is only 9 minutes. And shout out to LTL True Crime Podcast, by the way, because I did reach out to him on Twitter. Got his permission to use his content as long as I commentated over it and shout out, pinned his channel in my description, which I did do on mine. Let me double check it. And I also added it to the thumbnail. So yeah, so it's LTL, and he does cover like the Idaho case and other cases like that. So if anybody is interested in his channel, I will drop it for you. But he has really good content. Well, that's good, MJ. Hell, ain't nothing wrong with that if you're feeling good without it and you don't need anything. That's amazing. I'm gonna drop some channels before I continue. I want to make sure my Nightbot is working. Dang, MJ, you went to sleep at 7 last night? Wow. Chelsea's case is strange. I agree, MJ. A lot of people are suspecting that she just wants to not be found. Kind of sort of like the Vladik Hassel case, if you know that case. They're adults, and it just, some of the circumstances, like, it doesn't seem like there's any foul play, and it just seems like they might just not want to be found. But again, we really, really do not know. Oh, I stopped sharing. God dang it. Did I? I don't know what I did trying to do all this. I think I need to partake in 40 favors. Join the crowd. I wish that you could. I wish that we could send you. I wish I could message you about sending you party favors. Mail, I wish. I lean towards she doesn't want to be found, but what do I really know? Right. None of us really do know. I mean, and then there's also the aspect of, you have to think, okay, so an adult has every right to want to not be found. But then again, is she exactly safe? If she's still alone and she went somewhere and there was someone with ill intentions watching her, whatever the case may be, she still could be in danger. So that's the hard part about it. It's like, okay, I get it if you want to be left alone and not found, but do you, like, you don't want to give up looking for them because, like, you never know the circumstances. Barq says, I don't think she is part of this world anymore. And I don't know what I think, because I have to have evidence of that kind of stuff. I love you, my Ghibli, but with everything going on, I feel gross engaging with the true crime stuff, but I'll be in and out. Okay, no problem, Blind. I mean, this true crime stuff is nothing like trauma or drama or any of that stuff. This is, me and our little community here that handle things with class and integrity, and we don't do the drama stuff. But thank you for showing up and being here. Yeah, we're not trying to solve it. We're not trying to dig into it and come up, you know what I'm saying? I'm like touching up on the things that I've missed out on. So all right, let me present my screen again since I messed it up.
Chelsea Grimm update. I don't have a lot of time. This is probably going to be like a 5 to 8 minute stream. I thought about recording a video, but it would just take me forever. There, I heard privy to it about 6:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time yesterday. As I've said, I am in a group with a bunch of Chelsea's friends on Instagram. We've been communicating. I've been kind of just basically being the eyes and ears and watching the chat. but they popped up yesterday to let me know that Philip Brenner, let me make sure I got this last name correct. Yeah, Philip Brenner, who is the said ex-boyfriend of Chelsea Grimm, has been arrested on unrelated charges. Not only did her friends report that to me as it came out, but there was a tweet that came out yesterday by SF Investigates and basically had everything out there. Said, thank you everyone for tracking me today. I'm out of the forest. We had 6 of us searching today. No direct evidence. I can clear up the woodcutter never saw Chelsea, only the car, but not sure how that started. Her boyfriend, in those quotes, PJ, is in jail in Tennessee. Not sure the charges, but not related. You can see that here. He is in custody in Tennessee. And if you're not familiar with PJ, PJ is the supposed said ex-boyfriend of Chelsea Grimm. We've heard through a lot of
So MJ Maxey, his channel is called LTL Podcast. You can see it at the bottom there. I he was in my feed yesterday. I came across him and I saw how much Chelsea Grimm content he had. He also has some really good stuff about a bunch of different cases, including the Idaho case. But yeah, LTL podcast. If you type that in YouTube, you can come across it. And I did drop his channel, but I'll drop it again before it ends.
a lot of reporting and a lot of kind of sleuthing around that the relationship was not great. I know a lot of information about their relationship that I'm really not going to talk about here because it hasn't been released. But what has been out there in the media, pretty much of a troubled past between the two, and maybe some drug related stuff involved too. This guy's not a good guy, and it is good that he's in custody, and maybe this opens up and leads to an investigation.
See, and there was a lot of talk and a lot of speculation about the ex-boyfriend, and that's what he's saying. We don't know a lot about him. We don't even really know the charges, but there was a lot of things that have come out about him, even from family members and I think friends that have made comments about their relationship not being such a great relationship. So I pray that, being that he is incarcerated, I hope as of now he still is, and that if he is, some kind of truth does come out. If there is anything he knows, he might not know anything. He could be completely innocent. I'm just saying that if he does, I hope that he's honest and comes out and tells the truth.
To ask him some questions that maybe some drug related stuff involved too. This guy's not a good guy, and it is good that he's in custody, and maybe this opens up and leads to an investigation to ask him some questions. Now they have him in custody, and maybe they can start asking him some questions directly about Chelsea Grimm. If you don't know who PJ was, he came up in this investigation with a friend, Elias, that I have had on my show, and I'll leave the link up here somewhere.
Also, I want to take note that this is the guy that had started the GoFundMe that the sister was so adamant about spreading to everyone on social media not to donate to, because that he was actually not donating to have anything. It had nothing to do with her, and that it was like to help him. So I don't know if that's true or not as far as his intentions, but I'm just going off of what the family members of Chelsea Grimm was saying. And she was very adamant. The sister was very, very adamant about getting that post like across all social media platforms. So again, makes the guy kind of sketchy.
In this clip, so you can see that interview if you haven't seen it. But he was the one that put up this, you can see it here, put up this GoFundMe account to raise $30,000 in the search efforts for Chelsea Grimm. And what I'll do is I will drop the link. The GoFundMe is still up. And you remember when I interviewed Elias, he said, first, no, I was on the phone with Chelsea's sister. We took it down. And then it went to, oh, I thought I took it down. And then it went to, I'm going to work on that. The GoFundMe is still up. So I'm calling out Elias to come back on the show, clear all this up, get the record straight, what's going on. And now it seems like your boy is arrested on unrelated charges, but there's a lot of sneaky things going on here, and we need to clear all that up. So again, I just want to come on, just report this because I have a lot of time investigated into this case. I've probably done 8 or so live streams on this. I honestly, from what I'm understanding and what a lot of people have told
He really does do so many. I mean, just the tabs alone, I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. And that's why I said, like, I am not going to be able to get to all of them today, but I will break it up into different sessions. Now, I can go for like 2 hours as long as I have an audience and people that are willing to listen. I'm not in a hurry, but he does have a lot of content, and a lot of it I didn't get to watch. So I'm kind of watching a lot of it with you guys and updating with you. Don't take that to mean I think he is a good guy. Not at all. Just noting he is not hiding. Oh yeah, you're right, MJ. And now he's locked up. So, like I said, hopefully more information will come from that. Everybody, welcome in Alexander. He is a friend in the Caribbean, and yeah, cheers and blessings to you, Alexander. Thank you for being here. Okay, so let's see.
Told me I was really the first person to really start getting into this case and really live streaming and talking about it. And of course, now everybody is, they're picking up the case, and I think that's good. Mainstream media is in on it. I know JRL is reporting on it now too. But I don't want my efforts to go unnoticed, because I've done a lot of legwork behind here. We've done a lot of great things here on the channel for Chelsea. I had the interview with PJ's friend Elias, and I just want to make sure that I'm getting everybody updated here as well too. So not a lot of other information going on. We know that SF Investigates has still been out there looking for Chelsea. We're still going to continue to do streams to get information out there. And as new things come in, I will definitely keep you all informed. But I don't have a lot of time. I do have to go. But I will be back this evening. We're going to do a pre-warm-up stream at 9:15.
Okay, so that one's pretty much the end of that one. Let's see what this one is. This one says, breaking Chelsea Grimm seen on video. There's hope she's alive. Intentions to go off grid. Let me drop the link to this one real quick in case you guys want to check out this one. Let's see. And the description. Okay, so he doesn't really have a description of what it's about, but
this whole disappearance.
Let's see all what he has to say. Sorry about the ads. I canceled my YouTube Premium for now. Can't afford it, but it'll be all right. Okay. Okay, so like I said, as a reminder, he does tend to go off of a lot of what SF Investigates reports. I personally don't know where I stand with SF Investigates. I can't say, oh, he's turned a new leaf. He's not the same person he used to be. I still have my own opinion on SF Investigates, but I'm going to listen and I'm going to make my own assumptions. I'm going to do my own research. So I advise you to do the same. Just because, we're listening to this content doesn't necessarily mean that it is true. This is theorizing. This is listening and just trying to see if we can pick up on anything, like anything that might stick out as like a red flag or whatever it may be. But yeah, I have no clue where in the world would I even go if I wanted to disappear. I would go. Well, if I said it, that would kind of defeat the purpose. But I know where I would go. Just saying. I got my plans. I don't have plans, but I'm saying if I had to go, I know where I'd go. I don't know, MJ, good question.
Investigate. So let's get this tweet up. This went out just a couple of minutes ago. And I'm going to read this tweet so you all, and I called this. I still feel.
SF has found 15 missing people in 2023. Yeah, according to SF. And again, I just have I have the way I feel about him, and I can't help it. And sometimes I just wonder whether he's being honest, stretching the truth a little. It's okay. We can agree to disagree, and I don't mind listening because I have an open mind. So
that Chelsea is somewhere. I believe that she's off the grid somewhere and she is hiding and she's wanting to start a new life. I talked about this in my last Chelsea stream. I said, what if She travels, and I'm getting goosebumps talking about this right now. She travels from San Diego. I almost said San Francisco. She leaves San Francisco, has been planning this all along to get away from all of her problems, the things that she's been having to deal with. This is her opportunity now. Packs her car full, starts to drive out to Connecticut, had this planned all around, causes all of this kind of weird and suspicious activity to make it look like something went wrong. She gets out into the forest on that farm road, deflates her tires, possibly has someone come pick her up and goes into hiding. I called it, my friends. I still believe that Chelsea is alive and she is well and she is somewhere and trying to start a new life, possibly getting herself clean, getting rid of all the demons that she's had to deal with. I still feel there's hope, and I'm going to tell you why I feel there's still hope. So let's go up here to SF Investigates. Goes on and says, I have left Williams and in the search for Chelsea Grimm. Although I hope to locate Chelsea today, I did not find evidence through the eyewitness accounts in video surveillance that may give us reason to be cautious, optimistic that Chelsea is alive. I've included a few seconds of a 4-minute surveillance video of Chelsea at a motel and describing her intention to go off the grid and start a new life to the front desk person. She changes her mind when checking in because her credit card is trackable. She comes back in a second time and has another discussion with the female. This is the euros. She probably tried to pay with that hotel room because this video is from Siegelman or Seigelman. The video of her, and this is what her friends say, the footage of her in Seigelman this is on 9/28, around 11 a.m. before she went off to the cemetery and before she went into the forest. This explains the euros. This explains in the cemetery the crying, knowing that she's going to disappear by her own self and she's going to hurt a lot of people. Her parents are going to worry.
Sorry, I was muted there for a minute. Sorry. So I just wanted to point out that, he is very passionate about this case, and this is his own opinions and his theories that we're listening to. He's not saying that he knows all this information firsthand. He hasn't spoken to her, obviously. But this is just his theory, and he feels very, very strongly about it. We must have open minds, agree to disagree, be respectful and kind. It's how productive. Yeah, exactly, MJ. I agree.
Her friends are going to worry. She's going to cause a lot of stress, but she's coming to terms that she needs to do this for herself, to get clean, possibly of some drugs, to get away from abusive relationships and friendships. My friends, I still feel that there is hope, that Chelsea is still alive.
I love it.
So it says she comes back a second time, and here's another discussion with a female. This does not prove she is okay and that something did not go wrong in the forest, but it gives us hope that she is trying to make and change her life and doesn't realize the large-scale attempt to find her is still taking place. If that's the case, then this is not deception or faking a disappearance. This is someone that is suffering and trying to find a solution. I'm not going to share the full clip or the full context of the audio. I've sent it to the families and the lead PI. As far as I'm concerned, none of the time and effort spent searching for her would be wasted time if this happens to be the case. This surveillance is from September 28th around 11 a.m. later that evening when she was caught on body cam. Here is that video, that 4 seconds of video.
That's why I actually filmed this. It's a very good idea. That's why I actually filmed this. It's a very good idea. That's why I actually filmed this. It's a very good idea.
So it's just an audio clip playing like in a loop. I can't understand what she says. I can understand him with the no problem, but I can't understand her.
That's why I actually filmed this. It's a very good idea.
I mean, I can understand him saying, she said, that's why what?
That's why I actually filmed this.
That's why I actually don't.
Very good idea.
And the clerk says, oh, okay, no problem.
Maybe
let's hear that again. That's why I actually
filmed this. Very good idea.
That's why I don't actually something you guys yet.
That's why I actually filmed this. Very good idea.
I don't know.
The security you guys get. That's why I don't actually something the security you guys get.
That's why I actually felt it's a very good idea.
I don't know exactly what she's saying. Hi, Leopard Print. Good afternoon. How's your day going so far? I wonder about the guy standing there as he watches this unfold. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure if SF did indeed get this footage and he turned it into the family's PI, the one that they had already hired, hopefully he was able to maybe go in and get an interview to know more about this exchange. Because as far as like the audio goes, it's kind of hard to understand her. I mean, he's played it like 6 times now, and I can't even understand it. So it's definitely kind of hard. I stayed up too late. Wait, did you? Okay, so I know y'all did rap battles at the beginning of Stones, and I went over to Mel's for a little bit. Did they have more rap battles there? Did I miss out on all that? I freaking fell asleep. I fell asleep during Stones. I didn't even make it to Mel's live. You rap, Leopard? You go, girl. I want to hear that. Did you get on panel, Leopard, or were you just rapping in your living room or wherever you were laying? I want to hear you rap. Let's do it. No, just kidding. I cannot do that. Okay, let's go back to Chelsea.
Okay, no problem.
Yet. All right, let's play it again.
Okay, no problem. That's why I actually felt it's a very good idea.
This it confirms a lot. She's okay. I want to go back. So we have some responses. You're amazing. Hopefully she's okay. Eventually reaches out to her family. Wow, I knew you would get to the bottom of it. Confirms a lot, and I pray that she's okay. Praying for Chelsea and safe return. Wow. Let's see some more replies. This is the one of the old 7 motels in Siegelman. And I'm betting, or Seigelman, or Sliegelman, however you want to say it. But my friends, I want to take you back to a report. Remember this report. This report came up. Missing California woman, Grimm, spotted disorientated at a hotel, disappears during cross-country wedding trip. She was not disorientated.
See, and I remember reading about this case and thinking also that she was disoriented because of the fact that she tried to use euros to pay for her motel. And I just remember thinking, like, why would you try to use euros to pay for a motel when you're in the United States, you have cash or you have credit, debit card, whatever, what have you. But why are you trying to use euros? So I do remember reading about her being disoriented. There wasn't much that came out around it, so it was possibly a rumor. Who knows at this point? It's hard to know what's actual fact, unless we could get a interview with this motel clerk. That would be amazing. No problem, Mel. Good night, and thank you for stopping in. I love you, and if there is a live tonight, I shall see you then. But love you. Leopard. So Chelsea Grimm went missing. Oh, the end of September, I believe, and then let me go look at my video. Hold on. Her family reported her missing in October, I think. Let me see when I did hers. 32-year-old Chelsea Grimm is missing. And mine was a month ago. So let's see. Hold on, I'm just going through it real quick so I can tell you around about what time. But yeah, about a month ago. And she had been missing for a few days. Her car had been found. One tire was flat. She does have a bearded dragon. That's her pet, like her baby that she carries around. It started off as her supposedly wanting to take a cross-country trip from basically the West Coast to the East Coast. And then she decided when she got to like the Arizona area to not go through with the cross-country trip. There was a few encounters with a police officer. He was just kind of concerned about her because she was parked at a cemetery, but she claimed that she was out there taking pictures of like the war memorials, and it had made her emotional. We don't really know the reason for really why she was crying, but that is what was said, and I believe there is body cam footage of that interaction. He did tell her that she cannot camp where she was because she mentioned that she wanted to camp for the night, and he said that it was actually illegal in the city limits, so that he suggested she drive to a nearby Love's where she could park in the parking lot and sleep safely in her vehicle. We don't know, or I at least don't know, if she made it to the Love's, if she went there. All we know is that eventually her car was found. The only thing that was left behind was her camera, and that was how they got. I believe, if SF Investigates is being honest, he says there was like over 300 pictures on her camera that she had taken because she was a photographer. So there's a lot of weird circumstances. There's nothing that really points to foul play except for the tire being flat. We don't understand how the tire got flat. And just, I mean, like the no communication. We don't really understand the whys in this case. So I guess that's what it boils down to. It's like there's not a lot being talked about. In fact, I'm glad I found this guy because you can't really find much about her online anymore, and that's what's sad. Hi Kim K. So I'm going through this guy's podcast. Kim K, he does a lot of updates. SF Investigates is on the case, or he was. He's not anymore, but so I'm going through it and kind of going over it with you guys to see if there is any new development, because a lot of it I missed when I was on vacation. So I kind of just started. The only thing that we went over was the ex-boyfriend PJ, the one who started the GoFundMe, is in jail right now. He has been arrested. The charges are unknown but unrelated. So that is that update. The GoFundMe that the sister wanted to be taken down, or, for us to know not to donate to, that was put up by the ex-boyfriend, is still up. And so we don't know why that is. But yeah, there's a lot to it. Sweet Dreams Mail. I thought she wanted to use euros not to be tracked. Right. That's what this guy just said was his opinion, was his theory. So it doesn't mean, that it is fact, but it would make sense if she was indeed trying to start over, trying to start a new life, trying to be done with everyone and go her own way. If that is the case, which none of us know that at this point, but he was just theorizing that if that's the case, she decided to try to use euros. That way it could not be tracked. So that's a very, very good possibility. We just don't know 100%. Oh, so it was 2 tires flat. I don't remember that part. Weren't they both on the driver's side, MJ? I want to know what tires are flat. Yeah, see, that's what I'm not getting. And I think it's odd too that she left her camera behind. Like, all of your memories, everything you've taken is on there. Why would you leave your camera behind? And I know that she did, because it's been stated in multiple articles that she did leave her camera, and that is how they've gotten so many selfies and pictures of her, was from her camera, because they did get a warrant for it. I'm going to drop my video of the live I did where it was kind of the beginning. And maybe you guys, it'll kind of give y'all a rundown. And I know, Leopard Print, I know. I made a disclaimer at the beginning. I don't believe everything he says 100%. I take it with a grain of salt, but I do listen and just see if, maybe some of the puzzle pieces are coming together, and just kind of go from there and form my own opinion, Hey, Blue Scarlet. Good afternoon. So whose channel am I watching? His name is LTL Podcast. It's at the bottom right here. I don't want to leave the page because but I'll share this channel, this video, I'm sorry. And you can check out the rest of his content because he has a lot of different cases. Like I was watching one on his Idaho case, and he puts out amazing content. I would think on a 4-wheel drive, it would have puncture-proof tires. May get one flat, but two. Yeah, the whole flat thing. And it's like, I wonder if they found any information about that and they just haven't put that out yet. Yeah, see, that would be a red light for me too, is if someone was paying with euros. That's why they were going around saying that she was kind of disoriented. But was she? Like, that's something we don't really know. Okay, Leopard, no problem. I felt she actually drew more attention to herself by wanting. Yeah, that definitely brought a lot of attention to her. Okay, finished person. Play.
Woman who went missing during road trip appeared disorientated at a hotel, witness claims. Maybe that disorientation was the confusion, not wanting to pay with her credit card, wanting to pay with some type of cash, and she didn't have American dollars on her. Maybe she didn't have any money. So the only thing that she had was euros. So she probably tried to talk to the clerk and said, "Can I use this as the money? Please, I'm trying to hide. I'm trying to get away from some problems. I'm trying to go off the grid."
For those just coming in, the words that he's saying right now, those are his theories, his opinions, because he does have a very strong theory about what happened. So these aren't actual statements that were made. This is just his opinion, his theory that he's speaking on. I just wanted that to be clear.
Could that be a possibility? Could that be a possibility? I'm going to have a conversation with PJ tomorrow at 11 a.m. And I can confirm with you. I'm going to have a conversation with PJ tomorrow at 11 a.m.
So he says that he's going to have a conversation with PJ. This is on October 27th. So I wonder if this had to have been before the guy was arrested. Hey, Wendy, how are you? Welcome in. But the dragon, I'm tripping. So basically he was just her pet. That was her bearded dragon. He was like a pet, just like some of us have cats or dogs or other animals that we're attached to. This is her pet, her baby, and she had him everywhere she went. So I mean, I don't know. Oh, no problem, Wendy. This case is not getting enough traction, that's for sure. And again, shout out to LTL Podcast for allowing me to use this content. I am so grateful for it.
And I can confirm with you. Here's the text. He asked me, "Did you try to call?" That was me yesterday trying to call. "I tried to call yesterday," I replied. "I have time to talk tomorrow if you would like." "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Didn't show up. What time?" And I'll set a reminder. "What time is best for you?" "Between 11 and 5. "Okay. How about 11 a.m.? "Sure. Sounds good. Thank you." "Okay." Then he goes on to say, I'm typing a short story as well. If it's done tonight, I will send it to you," which he sent me some text before. It explains a lot of the details. I said, "Sounds good. Thank you."
So I'm thinking this had to have been before he got arrested. So MJ, he requires special care and food. Are you talking about PJ, the one who got arrested? Or are you talking about the bearded dragon? Maybe you're talking about the dragon. He does require special care and food. I do see what you're saying there. That's actually a good point. But that's what I'm saying. Like, she loves this bearded dragon. She's going to take the best care for him. maybe like a lot of people are thinking, maybe she really just wanted a fresh start somewhere, and she's not going to break any silence or anything until she feels that she's safe and, she can get away from everything going on and everyone looking for her. I don't know. That's the thing, is that we don't know. And that's what's heartbreaking. We wish that we knew and wish that we could find out. But at this point, we just don't know. And I think it's just important to keep talking about her in case she is in some kind of trouble. Not the XOMI. Hey, there's many people that are locked up that require special care and food. I'm just saying. So that ain't too far-fetched, but my bad.
Here's the conversation. Obviously, I hid the phone number. But if you don't have money, if you don't have cash, and she's trying to go off the grid and hide, please, will you just take this? Will you just take this? They're euros. They're just as good as cash. Maybe she didn't have any cash on her. So this is the only thing that she had in her pocketbook because she didn't want to use her credit cards. Goes on to say, police in several states are looking for a California woman who went missing during a cross-country road trip. Chelsea Grimm left her home in San Diego on the 24th, headed for a wedding in Connecticut. She was traveling with her pet bearded dragon. 3 days into the trip, she met up with a friend in Phoenix, Arizona, who called her parents, Stephen and Janet. Did she have a conversation with that friend? Stephen and Janet say to drive, taking longer than she thought. Grimm said she planned to skip the wedding and head back home to San Diego. That was the last time her parents heard from her.
So it's like, I wonder what made her even decide to skip the wedding. I wonder what made her change her mind all of a sudden. I know there was a lot of speculation about the ex maybe being after her. Maybe she was afraid of him. Maybe that's who she was leaving to get away from. I don't know if any of that is true. That was just rumors and things going around. But it just makes you wonder why. I mean, I can understand why that kind of road trip would be like way overwhelming, because I've done a much shorter trip, which is, I think her trip was like 42 hours or maybe even longer. I had looked it up earlier when I did her first live. But I mean, I did a road trip that was 28 hours. It ended up being like 32 after stops and stuff like that. And it's a very long trip. So I can completely see why maybe she changed her mind, but it seems like she changed her mind pretty early on. Like, she decided, okay, I'm not doing this trip. I'm not going to this wedding. So I don't know. She was about 3 hours for me. Wow, MJ. I wish that you could have went and maybe looked for her. But I mean, things like this are also really sketchy, unless there's like a search team going on, and like you don't want to go out there searching by yourself. So I get that. An hour when she was in Phoenix. Wow. It took us 5 days to go cross country. Yeah, see, I don't know what date the wedding was. I don't know what date she left. Like, there's a lot of things. And there's another video where he does a whole timeline. So thank God for him. So I'll let him explain all that. But yeah, he does a very thorough job. So
she was spontaneous, but changed plans a lot, said Stephen during a call on Monday. I want to get to this hotel. On the 28th, a police officer responded to a woman acting suspiciously, found Grimm in her car in a cemetery in Williams. Grimm told her she was working on a photography project about missing soldiers and had gotten emotional. That was bullshit. That was bullshit. I think that she was contemplating this whole move, this whole disappearance. And she knew deep down inside she was going to hurt a lot of people, taking off, hiding from her family, hiding from her friends, all the worry that she would put in all the people around her. My friends, this video gives me hope. She gives me hope. Okay, asked Brian, if she is so afraid, then why doesn't she just call her parents? Maybe not good enough, not a good relationship. I believe that their relationship was not good. Why would a young lady move all the way from the East Coast, all the way out to California, away from her parents? What triggered that?
So that puts it into perspective a little bit. Her parents live on the East Coast. She lives on the West Coast. So that theory and that speculation could make some sense. Maybe her and her parents didn't have a really good relationship, but again, that's just speculation, nothing that we can prove. But that's interesting.
From what I understand, she was kind of the black sheep of the family. I don't think the relationship was good. I think she had a habit of this stuff taking off, like her parents said. Well, if she went missing for a couple of days, why were her parents not in Arizona searching? Why did they send a PI?
That's so true.
That tells you a lot about the relationship.
I'll be flying out there.
I have a lot of hope. I think Chelsea is still alive. I think she's out there. But she doesn't realize the grand scale of people looking for her. Night after night, we've done these streams. Night after night, we've talked to her friends. We've had her friends live. We had Elias, the said friend that has been out searching for her. Tomorrow, I will have a conversation, hopefully. And if PJ, you are watching this, I'm holding you to that 11 a.m. call. I want to hear from you. I want to read about this hotel.
So I'm going to try to find, after this one, this video he did with this Elias friend. If he did an interview with a friend, that would be very interesting to see. So I'm going to see if I can find it after a little bit.
Before you renew Amazon Prime, watch this.
Let's go back up here. If you're just jumping into the stream, there is new hope. From the 28th, from the hotel up in Siegelman, she looks to be fine. And there has been a report that she in this video, where SF Investigates has watched the 4-minute video, she talks in that video. I've included a few seconds of the 4-minute surveillance video of Chelsea at the motel and describing her intentions to go off the grid and start a new life to the front desk person. Let's get rid of this person.
That's why I actually filmed this. It's a very good idea. That's why I actually filmed this. It's a very good idea.
I don't know
I
what
want to
she
slow this
says.
down. For me. Maybe I can, I don't want to tweet at him. Because I don't think he'll answer it in a tweet, but maybe in a private. So I should something. So AZ saying that's, let's see, I'm going to go up to the chat here. AZ says, that's why I actually don't feel like this is a very good idea. Okay, could be. Could be. You might have something there. That's why I actually don't feel this is a good idea. Okay. I like that. Let's try again.
That's why I actually filmed this. It's a very good idea.
She says something of you guys yet. That's why.
It's very interesting to know that she had this conversation, but you can't really make out what she says. This man is so passionate about Chelsea. He has the most info. And yes, he is, Wendy. I'm so glad I found him. He was very, very, very kind on Twitter when I asked if I could stream his content, and he was more than happy for me to share it. Just asked me to include his link in the description, which I have, and I've dropped his channel several times. But yes, he is amazing that he is continuing to talk about Chelsea's case. I absolutely love this guy. Barizona is in Williams. Not sure why my mind goes there. I'm not sure, MJ.
I don't feel like this is a very good idea. So I shouldn't. I'm going to write it down. See. Let's try. That's
why I actually filmed this. It's a very good idea.
So I should not do that. So I should not do that. So I have, that's why I actually don't blank you guys yet. So I should not do that.
Trust you guys?
Stay with you guys or spare you guys. Let's do this. Worth a shot. Let me see what Chat GPT would fill in there. Let's try.
Oh, you can do that kind of thing with
Let's
Chat
see.
GPT? That's interesting.
Oh, I love these games. I love these games. Steve has not answered. Hopefully he'll answer on the stream on there. Let's see. All right, I'm going to type it in the Chat GPT. That's why I actually don't know you guys yet, so I should not do that. That's why I don't trust you guys yet, so I should not do that. That's why I actually don't understand you guys yet, so I should not do that. That's why I actually don't like you guys yet, so I should not do that. That's why I actually don't believe
See, I heard the trust part. Maybe the trust part.
you guys yet, so I should not do that. So I have, that's why I actually don't know you guys yet, so I should not do that. Let's try that.
Well, that's why I actually don't. It's a very good idea.
Nope, doesn't sound like that. That's why I actually don't trust you guys yet, so I should not do that. Let's try that.
So, okay, no problem. No problem. That's why I actually don't. It's a very good idea.
Yeah, it's suggesting verbs. There.
So, okay, no problem. No problem. That's why I actually don't. It's a very good idea. So, okay, no problem.
Guys yet, so I should not.
I don't know what she's saying.
Okay, no problem.
So I shouldn't do that. Let me go to the Twitter to decipher the audio. Thanks. Let's see if he gets back to me. This gives me a lot of orientated. Answer. I need an answer, Steve. See if Steve gets back. That idea of US dollars. Now, a witness said that. Was this a witness at the hotel? Had to have been. It didn't say clerk. It doesn't say clerk in the article. It just says a witness. It just says a witness.
MJ, I was just looking for this person on the banner in chat. Oh, on like his comment section. I don't know, Wendy. It's really hard to understand safety or paranoia. I don't know, but it's like you have a witness that did speak to her. So I just wish and hope that they have more information from the guy that she's talking to in this surveillance.
Let's check the poll. He says, that's, shit, go back. He replies and says, that's why she's saying, that's why I don't actually feel like this is a very good idea. She's referring to using her credit card in the name because it can be tracked. She then asks if she can use euros, which she does actually have on her.
That's why.
So there you go.
I don't actually feel this is a very good idea.
And I'll get to the super chats in a second. Why I actually feel this is a very good idea.
So the 8 Sleep is a pod cover that fits on a mattress like a fitted sheet, but it's temperature controlled.
Sorry, y'all.
I still believe that she is alive and well. I still believe she is alive and well. MJ Monroe with the 999. Let's see. Fiance or boyfriend throws up this GoFundMe, tries to capitalize on her disappearance. Go back and let's say that she, my review, she was not planning to go to Europe. One, she starts to drive out to Connecticut, and I think there could be two possible scenarios. She starts to drive out to Connecticut and then seizes the opportunity. This is my opportunity to get away. Okay, here's my opportunity to get away. Or let's just even say she planned this. She planned it, pre-planned this, had been planning it all along, knew that this wedding was coming up, that she would have to drive out to Connecticut. She was going to fly out, and she says, nope, I'm going to drive. This is her opportunity to get away. Okay, she makes it out to Arizona. She's crying in the cemetery about all of the shit that has gone on. Maybe she's possibly the black sheep of the family. She's feeling bad about herself, but here's the opportunity now to redeem, to get away, to clean her life up, to come out of this clean, sober, whatever it may be. Okay, gets out in a hotel, seen on video, talking about going off the grid, hiding. How do you say this is not breaking news?
Yes, he has a good point though. That I mean, like when you have a credible surveillance video of her talking to a motel clerk and she's having a conversation with him, how is that not breaking news? How is that not a big part of the puzzle? The only thing I can think of is that because they have the private investigator and that they are working closely with law enforcement, that they're keeping a lot of things quiet. But to hear nothing at all, I mean, like there's no updates, there's nothing. All you have is LTL podcast. You have SF, who was on the case. I believe he's on a different case now. I'm not sure. And then again, I question SF's, information and all that stuff. So, like, who do we really have looking into Chelsea Grimm's case? That is what saddens me, because when I got back from vacation, that is one of the first things that I did was to look to see if there was any information regarding Chelsea Grimm. And there wasn't anything. There was nothing that I could find until I found this podcast. So it's heartbreaking, because even if she is alive and well and she just wanted a new, like an escape, a getaway, like he's thinking, I just wish that we had some kind of news about it, something to let us know that she is okay. That's the hard part. Oh my God, I have no idea. I know, I don't know what she says. It happens so fast.
This is hope. This is hope that this young lady is still alive and well. How can you come into my chat and say this is not breaking news? This is the best thing that we have heard in over a week. This gives us hope that Chelsea is still alive.
I mean, yeah, that is really good information. It's just I wish that someone could have another interview with the motel clerk to be clear on what the conversation was about.
I'm sorry. But why would you say that? Makes it look like something happened, but has enough time to grab her sleeping bag, her bearded dragon, most of her possessions in her car. If you're kidnapped, you're not grabbing your sleeping bag. You're not grabbing your clothes. Oh, hang on. You want to kidnap me? I'm going to grab my sleeping bag and my clothes. Doesn't make sense to me. Or, maybe she did. Maybe she possibly had these two flat tires. Her tires went low. She grabbed her shit and started to walk somewhere and got hurt. That would be the most traceable thing right away. So I wouldn't even.
I was about to say the same thing. If that was the case, then I think that she would have been found by now. They would have known that she had gotten away and she was hurt somewhere. They would have found her, because they did do a search of the whole entire area, from what I understand.
Go there. They would be able to trace if she got on a flight. They would look at all those areas around where there are airports and start finding flights. Did she get on a flight? And I don't want to sound graphic, but someone said if she passed away while walking or had hurt herself, what's the first thing you're going to look for? What's in and around that area? Buzzards. You would see where the birds are flying. Or I don't think it would be too hard to spot her, like we're looking right now on drone footage, right? Or dense, area like we saw in Pennsylvania when they were trying to catch Danilo Cavalcante. So I called this a couple of days ago. 4 days ago, I felt that she just went off the grid and she went to probably go somewhere and get clean. And tomorrow I'm going to have that conversation with PJ at 11 a.m. That'll fill in a lot of the gaps. The case, then this is not deception. I actually don't feel this is a very good idea. She's referring to using her credit card and name.
Okay, so I think he probably pretty much just elaborates.
Chelsea's alive and well.
This.
Tag beans.
Let's see.
Chelsea is alive and well. She's off the grid.
Okay, so I'm gonna see what the date of this one is. This is October 27th. Let me go back and see something real quick. Oh crap, I don't remember what the name of that one was. October 27th. How long ago was it? This one? This is the 31st. So I wonder when he talks to PJ. Let's see what he says here.
Was put out was redacted, and he said that in the. You know, people might stumble across a video that I've done and say, hey, you know what? I do it off. You're trying to give a signal that something is wrong. You know, like that. Those are some of the conclusions that I've. But that has been kind of the big thing, and that's why I tweeted at him and said, hey, you know, how do you know that she was in her car on the day at 5:51 p.m.? You know, 15 minutes before sundown. You have a problem with the investigation, I would say gather your resources and go out and investigate. You know, this is really the only, I would say, lifeline to this case, other than what law enforcement has shared with us. You know, everybody can say anything on Facebook and Twitter, but when someone's going out and they're getting video and obtaining information in this case and able to share it and put it out there.
And according to his SF's tweet here, and again, like I said, I don't know what's true and what's not, but it was both passenger side tires that were blown out. So she either got out and was hiking, becoming lost in the dark, or is she truly off the grid, starting anew? As an investigator that works solely on missing persons cases, I am often at odds with others when it comes to the sharing of case information. I stand by the importance of information transparency, barring criminal suspicions. Secrecy doesn't aid resolution. Secrecy delays investigations and continues to put the missing person in harm's way. Okay, so he just talks a lot about her right here. Let me go back to where he starts the mapping and let's see what he says.
You know, that's why I've been kind of crabby about it. You know, and I think that you know, I've been a crabby when people attack Steve. Look, he's the only person that's been out there. So you got to give the guy some credit in that sense. You know, are you out there doing it? No. Yeah, see, I have all the little witness statements I did on my Google Earth. So we updated. I haven't done any updates in a while. I haven't had a chance. I haven't had time. I'd love to. You know, these are all the.
I really think so too, Wendy.
Sightings, and we went through these. You know, tried to book the hotel, and I have a little synopsis about it. You know, we went through. Maybe we can do this again. I can update the map when I have some time. I love gas station,
I'll let you
cell
know.
phone ping. You know, I went through and did all of this, spotted all the new witness sightings, all the details of what people said where they might have saw her. It's just it's a crazy timeline. That's the thing. There's so much information that is flooded in about this at such a short amount of time. And like I said, it's so hard to kind of pick through what could be relevant to the case. So it's been tough, and it's just been overwhelming for me, because it's almost like I feel like everybody's coming to me for the answer because I've been the one that's talking, and I know just about as.
I can't imagine how overwhelming this has to have been for him, because he is one of the only people covering it. Like, thank God that he is, though. Like, kudos to him. I can't give him enough credit for doing all this.
As much as everybody else. So it was cited all over the state, like 1,000 reports called in from all over Maine, of course. And that's what happens in these situations. Oh, I saw a girl that a million bearded girls. It's just been really weird. There's one thing that keeps coming up that still kind of irks me a little bit too. And I still keep hearing a lot about this, and I want to talk about it. I know I have it here on one of the, it's the Circle K sighting. I'm still seeing more about that. And it's a little weird. And if I can find where the hell it is, right here, this I've heard a lot about this area, this Circle K. But there was a sighting here. So that's been kind of piqued my interest. And, you know, I've traveled up and down. There's a hotel right here. There's a Circle K right here. You know, so that's kind of piqued my interest. I hear a lot about this. And then you got the airport right there.
But
I would think if she got on a plane, nowadays
they would know that.
You have to use your ID. You have to. I don't think that happens. It's odd, and that's why like channels like this are really
Yeah, see, that's another thing is that there's never been a presser. Like, why has there never been a press conference for this case? I don't even remember where I came across it. It might have been on Twitter with Nerdy, but I can't be 100% sure if that's where I saw it. But there has literally been hardly no coverage on this case.
the only one that is been able to kind of keep this alive. It's been overwhelming for me, super overwhelming. Carrie, thank you. I'm trying to do the best I can. I might not be the most when I look at stuff, but I just say, look, if you're unhappy with the investigation, is she saying this to alert people, to bring some awareness? Hey, I'm in some sort of trouble. Or is she truly off the grid right now, somewhere where no one knows where she is, hiding, maybe possibly getting clean, shedding herself of a past life, or maybe an abusive past life? Is she in a retreat somewhere getting help? We found out that she's found religion. Is she in a religious organization hiding out? Has she given herself to an organization, a religious organization? That could be.
There's so many different. Oh God, what is my word? Brain fart. There's so many different possibilities of where she could be, what happened to her. It's just the fact that we have nothing, besides what this guy is getting and the updates and the people that he's contacting. So maybe there's people that I need to get names of, and maybe I can reach out to them and try to talk to them about this case, because this needs a lot more traction than it's getting.
Be a possibility too. Is this a cult activity type of thing? Gave herself into a cult. The possibilities are endless. The possibilities are endless. Those are some of the things that go through me. There are a lot of religious retreats out there in Arizona as well. Maybe she felt some certain type of connection to Arizona and God. We truly don't know, but it's confusing. It's very highly emotional, and it's going to take time. And unfortunately, as time goes by, emotions get heightened, people get frustrated, and ultimately, in the end, all we want is the people in and around this case to make sure that they speak in full transparency, give the full amount of information that they can, correct information. I want to go back up here. Vanilla Cupcake says she could be trying to get to a DV safe house from her abusive ex. If so, all this coverage could expose her, especially since the ex was looking for her. Well, I don't think that it's exposing anything, because a lot of the stuff that I am talking about or I have said is pretty public. You can go on the Coconino Facebook page. There's a lot of conversation on there. You can go into the Chelsea Grimm disappearance Facebook page. There's a lot of information in there. You can go on to Reddit. There's a lot of information there. You can read news articles. There's a lot of information there. So, that's it. I mean, that's really the last update that I have right now.
Okay. There was one more I'm going to show before. Let's see. So there is one where it's a full police report read through. I'm going to save that one for a different day, though. There's this one where body cam police speak with witness near Chelsea Grimm's abandoned SUV. So we'll play that one. And the others I will save to my my watch later list, and we'll go over those on another time. But wait, where did it go? Okay, yeah, this is it.
But then someone was itching her shoulder, and she felt very, very sad, really sad. So I'm not sure if she had a rope with her, but it's.
Okay, it is very low. Let me see if putting the words on helps at all. And let me make sure all my volume is up all the way. And let's see if that helps any.
Itching her shoulder, and she felt very, very sad, really sad. So I'm not sure if she had a rope with her, but it sounds like she's very sad. And yeah, she did mark a couple totems. It sounded like she was out here. She was thinking she was going to get somewhere. and then she was going to keep going. And I don't know if she had like a tarp or a blanket, a small blanket or a tarp, but something says she had something like she was like this with a tarp or blanket.
What color was it?
I immediately thought blue or silver, but then I was like, I don't know. If I think too hard, it goes away.
What's your name?
Robin.
Y-N or I-N?
Yeah, white. Yeah. So
What's your last name?
Duke. So I went down a couple of these wood cutting roads, and I found a couple totems built, and I found a couple turnaround spots, but I didn't see anything. And what she's telling me is that she found a hill and there's some flat rock. It was like, she said, because it's crazy. It's crazy because she's like, no, you'll take a right, then you'll go over the tracks. And I'm like, or past the tracks. And I'm like, I'm not going to go over the tracks and break the law.
So I don't know who the she is that she's referring to. Maybe it's someone that she got information about. So I'm not really sure. I'm just trying to listen and understand.
And then I'm like, oh, holy shit. Like, and then I can't, I'm like, okay, what the fuck? How did I get here? So she was saying it's a hillside because she tried to see a view. And I'm thinking she was trying to head for that because she was saying northeast. So I was like, well, maybe she saw the wind turbines. It was at night or something. And she was trying to find a flat spot on a hill. And there was flat rocks. So I don't know. I mean, I hike out here a lot. So that's why I'm out here. I'm like, okay, I know these roads enough. But if you guys are still looking for her, then keep listening. Hopefully she turns up.
So you had a dream last night, or?
Yeah. And then when I stopped on I was on a wood cutting road over here, and I stopped and just sat. And she said I was on the wrong road, and that I needed to keep going. And she said there was a weird rock. I'm going to see a weird, funky rock. And she said, you'll think weird rock, and stop there, and I'll help you again. And I was like, okay. And she said that she's trying to contact her mom, and her mom needs to calm down and listen.
Is what?
Her mom
Yeah.
needs to calm down and just listen.
Her mom needs to calm down.
Yeah. Something, her mom is too upset. Like, she's making it sound like her mom's like, oh, like that. And she says something, it sounds like both of her parents are alive. Her dad's very worried. It sounds like they're around here somewhere. Her mom's around here somewhere. I'm not sure. She's talking about her family. I don't know. So we'll keep looking. But I was getting more feeling that way. So I'm praying to turn back that way. Not sure. So good luck, you guys.
Okay. Well, if you see anything, please give us a call.
Yeah, it's kind of a trip to be like, oh, maybe I should listen to my instincts more often.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so that was that one. Yeah, that was just like a witness statement. I'm not sure. 11 days ago. Let's see. This one was 8 days ago. Another one was 11 days ago. And 7 days ago. So this one's only 11 minutes long, and it says Chelsea Grimm phone call from Phoenix restaurant owner calls in tip about October 6th visit. So we can watch this one real quick, and then I'll go ahead and end the live. No problem, MJ. And like I said, there's a lot more to it. I will be going over more. But you guys can head over to his channel if y'all want to binge watch everything and catch up on it. If you want to reach out to me, Wendy, yes, I'll drop my email for you, no problem. Okay, where was I? Oh my god, I stopped sharing. Jeez. Okay, it was this one. All right, sorry about that. We'll listen to this one and then we can chat. So, according to police records, this tip is still being investigated. Some portions of this call have been redacted. And this was 11 days ago. So, this was as of November 12th.
Cortez with the Coconino County Sheriff's Office. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, good. So I saw the call that you created for Chelsea.
Yeah. I want to say I'm almost like 90% sure it was her in our restaurant. I've never touched a bearded dragon my entire life,
Mm-hmm.
and I will never forget when I saw it and I saw her. My wife and I were like, oh my goodness, she was at our restaurant on Friday.
Yeah. So what did have you seen her since, or like did she just swing by, or?
Her and another female sat down in our restaurant for over an hour. I think they got there around 6-ish, probably got there around 6-ish, like from the ticket, and then they checked out at 7:16. So they were there for a little while, and then I spent at least 5 minutes being like, oh my gosh, you've had a bearded dragon in here this whole time? I did not, kind of in shock of like, oh my gosh, how cool.
Yeah, definitely. And so you guys' restaurant is called?
Yes, correct.
Where's that located at?
It is downtown Phoenix. It's off of, do you want the address?
Yes, please.
Phoenix, and the zip code is 85006.
Oops, I was just going to say they did redact, some information, which gives me hope that they did follow up more with these restaurants, with these different places. Hopefully, we're able to go there and speak to these people or see if they had surveillance cameras and that sort of thing.
Zip code is 85006.
Did you get a name for the other girl that was with her?
Unfortunately, no.
What exactly did she look like?
All that truly I can remember, because of being in shock with the bearded dragon, is she had dark hair. She was probably about 140, 145 pounds. It was longer hair. They were both very, very nice. And both stated that they would be coming back. So.
Okay. You haven't seen them since, though?
We have not. We're closed, but we just reopened today.
Okay. Do you remember how they paid? Did they pay with a credit card or did they pay with cash?
They paid with a card. We can only see the last four, unless I would have to reach out to.
And that was the last four, not store. Captions were wrong there, but yeah, she's like, they can only see the last four of her card that they used to pay.
Like our POS Square system to get more information on that transaction, but payment, it states the last. I'm so sorry. It is unknown name, so it wasn't a name registered in our system.
Okay. And I know you said they were using Square. Were you guys able to see, did they get a printed receipt or did they get, a text message receipt?
I do not see that. It just, let me see. No, it just says receipt. It looks like they tapped to pay. No, I can reach out. I can reach out to Square and request more information on this transaction.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that, because what I'm going to do right now is obviously do this initial interview, and then I'll probably have the detectives follow up with you tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Okay, perfect. Then I'll put a ticket in with Square. I can do that right now, so...
Okay, that'll be perfect. So, I know you guys said she was staying there. Did she make any mentions about, where she might have gone or what their plans were?
No, she just said that she was coming back on how much she loved the food. It honestly, she sounded as if she was a local to me. It did not sound like she was going on some trip or anything like that. She was absolutely very, very, very nice. I don't know. She didn't seem like anything like out of the ordinary, to be honest. Besides the bearded dragon.
Gotcha. What exactly was she?
God, this sounds like this is such a credible witness that called in. I'm so glad that she did call in. And like I said, I just pray that they are following up with the places and the people that they need to be, because they do have a private investigator, not SF. I don't know if he was actually hired or not, but I know he worked on the case. But either way, before he came into the picture, they actually hired a PI. So they were working with the PI and the police department. And so I'm just praying that they have looked into all of these places. They have spoken to all of these witnesses and gotten statements and, figuring things out, and that she is located soon. Even if she just wants to be left alone, I would just love to know that she is alive and well and safe and, all those things, because these days so much can happen, and like you have these, like, MJ saying the mountains, right there. And earlier, I think it was MJ that said that it's like a very destitute area, so it's like you have a lot going on, and you just hope and pray that she is safe. Even if she wanted to be out on her own, it could be a sketchy area. There could be sketchy people around, like you never know. And the fact that nothing has come out yet is just a little alarming, but it's also hopeful at the same time. I don't know. It's just a very, very weird case. Very weird. Ash Fork, Arizona is a very sketchy area. A lot of nefarious characters. Oh, gosh. See, and that's what I mean. I just wish that they would. I hope that they're following up on on a little bit more than they're letting us know about.
You wearing?
She had a white t-shirt on because the bearded dragon was like kind of like on her shoulder, like chest, like on her left side.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do not know for pants.
Okay.
How about it was a t-shirt? Yeah.
Gotcha. No worries. How about like her general appearance? Like, would you say like she looked pretty like clean and well put together, or like she's been kind of walking around for a while?
No, she had no makeup on. I mean, honestly, I would just put her in a category of like she was just kind of hippie-ish. Yeah.
Okay.
She was clean. She didn't look dirty.
Gotcha. So like hippie-ish, yeah. So hippie-ish, but like look like she was taking care of herself.
Exactly. Yes.
Isn't that like a dangerous part of town? That Interstate 40. Oh, that's scary.
Okay. How about the other female she was with? Did she kind of give off the same vibe?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. She's a little more shy. She was, yeah. She didn't talk as much. Yeah, shyer. Yep.
Okay. Do you guys remember what exactly she was saying, Chelsea?
Oh gosh, that she, although she had a bearded dragon, she also hated snakes. So she told me, it's okay if you hate snakes. These are okay. She talked about that she was coming back for sure. How amazing she couldn't believe like how great we make vegan food, and she was talking about animals. It was really geared towards animals, to be honest. Yeah, I just seen the. This is my wife. Sorry,
Gotcha.
my name's Shayna.
No worries. Nice to meet you.
I had seen the bearded dragon, and I was like, oh my gosh, can my wife touch it? Like, she's super scared, but has always wanted to touch one. So she's like, oh my gosh, yeah, of course. And so I kind of like had Brittany come out, and then I took back over the kitchen. But yeah, like she was just, it was all geared towards the bearded dragon, basically. Yeah, and we were pretty busy, so I'm sure if, I mean, there's a lot of people that, I mean, not a lot, I would say probably 10 people, like where she kind of was with the bearded dragon, that, I mean, I came out of the kitchen, everything kind of stopped. So everyone kind of really noticed the bearded dragon, I guess. And It was all just kind of her just, I don't know, just really taking it all in on like, it's okay. goes everywhere with me. And that she was going, oh, here we go. She was going into hibernation soon. And
Hi, JR Nana. Yeah, I had to read it twice almost because of the boomer. Hi, boomer. Sending love and light to you also, and I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. I know 40, just not the place they're referencing. Yeah, and they redacted the name of the restaurant. All they said was that it was Phoenix. So I'm not sure of the restaurant. Yes, MJ, a few unsolved murders. I might have to look into like the Interstate 40 unsolved murders things. That's so scary. There's several corridors in the United States that have all these crazy things happening of the female gender. Oh, so scary. I would never travel alone these days. Nope.
and that she's trying to get her out and about because the bearded dragon enjoys it, but she goes into hibernation and then she barely eats and barely gets to hang out with her. I remember that. Yep.
Gotcha. Is there like any areas?
So MJ, that's interesting because you were wondering about the bearded dragon and like the special care and all that. So she's saying that like he goes into hibernation and then he barely eats and that then she barely has any time with him because like he's in hibernation. So that's interesting. I mean, literally, if something, and this is just hypothetically, if something nefarious happened, and her bearded dragon is in hibernation, like they literally could put him anywhere and he could be away from her. I hope that's not the case. I hope that whatever this ends up being, that they're okay and that they're together and that she's happy and, everything is fine. It's just the not knowing is frustrating. There's so much going on that I pretty much stay focused on Kylie. I get that, and there's nothing wrong with that, Boomer. We all have our ways of dealing with things. For me personally, like I still will always want justice for Kylie. I don't know how we're ever going to see that unless people decide to start speaking up, or you have whistleblowers who are not afraid to speak up and point the finger and tell the exact truth. But I mean, I go listen to Squirrels on Fire every now and then. She's about the only one I do listen to. But other than that, I can't like stay focused and consumed on Kylie content because my mental health is not good when I do that. And that there are so many other cases all the time, daily, that are going on that aren't getting any attention. Like this case, Chelsea Grimm, and many others, and that I just feel like spending time, always wondering about Kylie, going over my notes, going back over some of my old lives and just watching and listening and trying to figure out things from the beginning. That's okay to do as long as I do it in a healthy manner. But for publicity and for my channel, I'd like to touch up on these cases that need the attention. I want to touch up on mental health, touch up on horror, disturbing stories, things that keep you up at night, all those kinds of things, and sometimes games. So I'm just kind of expanding my channel to where it's not such a heavy atmosphere. I'm doing what I have to do for my mental health, but I absolutely understand and respect you, JR Nana. Some people, it's harder to let go. I haven't completely let go. I don't think I ever will. My pinned tweet on Twitter since 2022 is of Kylie, and that pinned tweet will never come down until there is justice for her. Like, she has absolutely a huge part of my heart. Same as Gabby Petito, Noel Rodriguez, Summer Wells. There's so many. And I have so many questions, but until we get those answers, we can't drive ourselves crazy trying to figure them out. But there is nothing wrong with staying focused on it and going back to the beginning. So yeah, whatever works for you, I commend. I remember when you started taking on different things, and I do get it. Yeah, a lot of people, unfortunately, not you or anybody in here, But there was a lot of negativity and a lot of messages that I received that I was giving up on Kylie, that I was getting paid to stop talking about Kylie, all of which is not true. I absolutely did what I had to do for my mental health. But, like I said, lately I've been kind of listening into Squirrels on Fire. I've put all that behind me. Forgiveness is huge. And I don't want any of that drama and negativity anymore. So, I pop in and I say hello and I listen. And that's pretty much all we can do right now, because who knows when we're going to get factual answers on what happened to Kylie. And I appreciate that, JR and Anna. Yeah, I appreciate that so much, because there are a lot more. And there's a lot that I'm not even touching up on, only because I do get caught up. Sorry, I keep hitting my mic. I do get caught up on certain cases. So Chelsea Grimm right now is one for me that I'm really trying to figure out what happened with her. So if I didn't think there were more attached to Kylie, I'd not be sitting on Kylie. I never thought for a second that you had any other reason. Oh, I appreciate that. Oh yeah, and I know that there's way more attached to it. I think it's just a lot bigger than we realize. I think it's a lot bigger than any of us can even fathom or begin to unravel on our own without putting ourselves in some kind of danger. So that's why I had to kind of just take a step back, when you know the names in the Kylie case and the people you're dealing with, you got to kind of be careful. So you know how these long freeways can be. 10 is scary nowadays. So we do have there is an Interstate 10 that runs through Louisiana. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, MJ. I don't know if I-10 goes to other states. I'm not sure. See, I'm horrible with directions and stuff, but too many corridors. God puts us all where he wants us. Yes, you're absolutely right. And I really do feel like I am following the path that he would like me to follow. So thank you, JR Nana. I truly, truly appreciate that. I believe JR Nana, there is nothing new for Kylie, unfortunately, and me personally can't disrespect her any longer. Right. And I don't really see it as being disrespectful unless you're doing things like other creators. And I'm not talking about SOF, but you guys know there are creators that are coming up with absolutely absurd things, making up things for money, for clicks, for views. And it is absolutely sickening and disturbing. That is when it becomes really disrespectful. If you are just going back and watching things from the beginning and rereading articles and seeing things maybe for the first time in a way that you hadn't before, I don't see there's anything wrong with that. And everybody has to deal with these things the way that they have to in order to get through things. So, like for me, I have notes that I have written down that I go over all the time, and I'm like, wondering, whatever happened with this. And, it's just people just deal with these cases differently. And then there's others that are just obsessed and beyond, and it's not even about Kylie anymore. And I have no respect for those creators at all. And everybody knows who they are. But okay, I'm going to finish this real quick.
It's because, so you guys are a vegan restaurant and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are a vegan restaurant. You said she's kind of looking like hippie-ish. Do you know any areas that, anywhere near you guys that you think she probably might, fancy or think about going to?
Oh, outdoorsy, shoot, there's always, South Mountain. That's a very, outdoorsy type place. Or even by the lakes up here. She just seemed like she was just down to this chill by herself and be content doing nothing. I don't know. I didn't. I don't know really. I don't really know. Honestly, I've only lived here for a few years.
Okay.
And I feel like I just live and breathe work.
Yeah.
But yeah, she didn't mention where she was going, just that she would be back. That's all she kept saying. It's like, I will be back. Oh my gosh, this is so good. We will see you soon. And it was a we. It wasn't like an I, you know?
Yeah.
Huh, so that is very strange. She kept reassuring them that she would be back. And she's like, this is very good. I guarantee you will be back. And she said it was a we, not like an I. So I wonder what that means. Yes, I agree. Kylie will forever be in my heart. Same for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Insinuating like her and the other female.
Correct.
Did you see what kind of car they left in by chance?
I hate these stupid ads. I promise I'm going to get YouTube Premium soon.
Yeah, I did not. I know. I was like, I wish I did. But I know, unfortunately, our cameras are not working at this time.
Okay.
And the parking lot that we share parking is their private. So it's like a chain link area that we share parking with. So it's like a chain link area that we share parking with us. So the cameras would show that parking area, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. So they would capture if they were parked there.
Correct.
Okay.
10 feet from us that has cameras everywhere as well.
Gotcha. And you said this was last, because I have 2 different dates in here. It was saying she was
Friday.
there. It was Friday?
Yeah. It's so downtown Phoenix, we always do every first Friday of the month. They like shut down all of Roosevelt Street, and it's called First Friday. So they came, during when it was pretty busy. Unfortunately, it was super busy. But it was October 6th that they came, and they checked out at 7:16.
Okay. Gotcha. And so did they leave like pretty quickly after that, after they checked out?
Yep, they came up to the counter, they checked out, and that's when we had our interaction with the bearded dragon. That probably lasted 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep, and then they walked out the front door. It's like our restaurant is.
I gotcha. Okay. And did she tell you that what the bearded dragon's name was?
Yes, and it was Roxy.
She said it was Roxy. Okay.
Yeah, so that's when we saw the video. My mom actually sent it to me, and she's like, oh my gosh, Brittany. And I was like, I don't know. But then when I saw the dragon, and then they said the name was Roxy, my wife was like, oh my gosh. She's like, started shaking. She's like, you got to call them.
Yeah, no, definitely. We appreciate it. So I just need the rest of your information.
Correct.
Gotcha. When's your birthday?
Okay, so it seems like the rest of this is probably redacted for her personal information. But thank God for people like that who know something, who have seen something, and they say something. Because at the end of the day, you never know when that something could potentially help find someone. So this is about the Kylie case. Even as a subscriber and chatter, it was becoming dangerous. And when he says, MJ, it still is. Yeah, exactly. You have to be very careful. I believe our souls all wanted to be like God. After all, he gave us everything we wanted. Now he gave us everything we need to get what we want. I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But yeah, so I'm going to continue to do different parts of this. Like I'll do a part 2 tomorrow, maybe. And then on and on until I'm completely caught up. But again, the channel is in my description. It's LTL Podcast. If you want to go and binge watch it, again, like I said, I have no problem with that. I just know that some people maybe don't have the time for that, or they like to come here and, chat with us and engage with me and each other and just listen while I put out this content. So, shout out again to LTL Podcast. Thank you. I appreciate everything. I appreciate you allowing me to use your content. Not all creators are as generous or as nice. So I appreciate it very much. And I also just want to say thank you to everyone in chat that showed up and that are here. Hold on 1 minute. Let me do something before I go. Okay. So with that note, look for my next live, maybe part 2. It'll be Chelsea Grimm catching up with LTL True Crime Podcast Part 2. So it'll be a mini series that I'm going to go through where we binge watch together and get up to date on what we find out on Chelsea Grimm. I will say that as of the latest, there's nothing significant. It's just little bits and pieces of things that we find out. Like, I'm going to look for the one where he does the interview with the Elias person, which was a friend of Chelsea's. I really want to find that one. And different interviews that he does. So I'm going to do my research and put it all in order and put it in a playlist. And then we will do this mini series for Chelsea Grimm for the next however many days it takes to keep her name out there. So I appreciate you all so very much. I love you too. Oh, you didn't say I love you, but you're welcome. And I love you all. And thank you for being here, Wendy. It was actually good to see you in here. But yeah, I miss you all. And like I said, we will definitely keep her story alive. We will keep talking about her. We will, sorry, try to get to the bottom of this. And if you believe in prayer or positive vibes and energy or whatever it is that you believe in, I ask that you send those prayers and love and light to her family and pray that she is found soon. They get some kind of information, some kind of communication, something to let us know that Chelsea Grimm is alive and well and that she is okay. I believe with all of my heart that we will get some kind of answers. I don't know what they will be, but I pray that it leads to something positive. So, yeah, MJ, thank you for being here. You're always here. You're always showing support, and I appreciate you so much. I appreciate every one of you that are here. JR, Nana, you always seem to pop up. Wendy, like I said, it's like a breath of fresh air to see you in here. Leopard Print, I know, is probably still listening. I love you. Big, big, big. Let's see who else, if I'm missing anyone. I know Mel had to go to sleep. She is probably super tired. She was up really late. Let's see. Nightbot, you the real OG. Blind, I know he had to stop listening. He doesn't really do the true crime too much, so I understand and respect that. Let's see. I don't think I'm missing anyone. Kim K, I know she stops in here a lot and listens. Blue Scarlet. Micah Lee, she had to leave and go get groceries, so I know that's why she left. Far, if you're still listening, thank you again for being here. But yeah, let's keep talking about her, guys. If you want, share the live. And if you will do me a huge favor, if you haven't already hit the like, please hit the like, turn your notifications on. And if you can, when the live ends, leave a comment underneath the video. That also helps put the video into the algorithm. And that's more people that could see Chelsea's story. So I will definitely keep an eye for my email. Thank you. I definitely will check that. All right, guys, you have a great rest of your Black Friday, your regular Friday, that's what I say, because I don't do no shopping either. And I hope you all have a great weekend, but I should see you all again at some point tomorrow with part 2. So, welcome, Jaren. I know we are all learning about her. I have notifications on, but I know sometimes the notifications are, I get so aggravated whenever I see someone on and I'm like, why did I not get the notification, YouTube? What are you doing? Thank you for, I knew you were probably listening, but all right, Chelsea's story will continue, part 2 tomorrow. So I will see you all then. And I pray that you all have a safe and wonderful night. Thank you. And I love you all. Stay blessed.